You and joining me is Coach Jayme Crowley, our volleyball coach here at Trevecca, and she is beginning her 8th year at the helm of the program. And every year it's different. Every year you learn. Talk about how you're using this year's preseason to prepare for the season.
Well, we're really preparing in two ways. One is we have a glue award. So to be the glue, to develop our family, to develop our relationships, because we know how important it is on a team to build a team and have great team chemistry. So that's one of our goals, is to build our family. And so we're doing a lot of team bonding, and we're enjoying that connectivity. And then secondly, we want to be tough as nails. So we have a Tough as Nails award this year, and we're going to give it out each week to someone that has demonstrated a lot of mental toughness through adversity, through conditioning, through court play. And we feel that those are two big keys for us to be successful, is family, relationships, and mental toughness.
Absolutely. And this year you have an additional award. If you're the conference champion in the Great Midwest Athletic Conference, you get an automatic qualifier to the NCAA tournament. How has that knowledge maybe prepared you guys, or it caused a little bit different excitement for this year?
Well, first of all, we have a dream team. And this is probably the best team that we have had in the 8 years that I've been here, potentially as far as physically, mentally, and spiritually. And so it's our job as coaches to do a good job in preparing these girls to be successful. And having that automatic qualifier is just like a carrot dangling for us. That's our dream. We want to win a conference championship for the first time in I don't know how many years at Trevecca. It's never occurred in volleyball.
No, it has not.
And we've never, obviously, had an automatic qualifier bid to the NCAA Division II. So those are some things that are really, hopefully, motivating our girls and motivating the coaching staff.
Briefly talk about, because you're thinking about this year, but in the back of your mind, too, I know all the coaches have thought about the GMAC is expanding, announced some new teams that will come on in the next couple of years. How has that kind of spurred you this summer at all in preparing, or has it?
Well, it's definitely going to, increase the level of competition. And therefore, we're going to have to do a great job of recruiting and developing a culture of excellence. And so it keeps all of us on our toes to be the best that we can be. So that can't hurt us to strive for excellence.
Any other thoughts about what you feel like this team needs to do to be successful this year? You talked about the goals, but anything else that you think are keys to getting there?
Of course, all of our 9 upperclassmen have to do a good job of mentoring our underclassmen, and our underclassmen have to accept that mentorship, and really everyone has to have the mentality of a growth mindset and to continually improve. We never arrive. And I always say that once we think we've arrived, we're going downhill. So don't take anything for granted. Work hard, have good attitudes, good work ethics, develop the family, be tough, and give it your very best every day to improve.
Talk about the returning class that you have coming back, and then the freshmen, the newcomers.
The returning class, we had a great spring. We had 9 players that gelled together very well. We left very fit, and we had a lot of nice compliments from former alumni that we looked really, really good in the spring. They came back, it looks to me like in 2 days, pretty well prepared. The freshmen have really helped us raise the bar. We have some extremely talented freshmen that are really going to be vying for playing time and pushing our upperclassmen. But we need that to be that automatic qualifier and to win that conference championship. And so we have to embrace that these players are talented and that they're going to push us and raise the bar and help our team get over the edge.
Absolutely. Talk about what you've learned, because I know you're always working at this. You're working on your doctorate. You're almost done with your doctorate, so you're obviously still learning. But what have you learned since last year that maybe is helping you prepare better this year or coach better this year?
I think one of the best things that I learned was in Dr. Ruth Cox's class on having a vision, developing a mission, and having core values, individual goals, and team goals. And I've always known about that, but I've never really known how to go about structuring it, planning for it, developing it, and really implementing it. And she did such a wonderful job in her leadership class that is what we are really working on right now as we speak. And Dr. Cox is actually going to come in and work with us next week on continuing developing our core mission, our core values, and our vision.
Lastly, what do you feel are the strengths of this team going in? I know you haven't played a match yet, but what are your strengths going in after a couple of days, after recruiting, after knowing what you have coming back?
Strengths, intangible-wise, I believe our seniors have been very kind, caring, open, and making the younger people feel comfortable as a family. They've done a great job with that mentorship and servant leadership, and I think we learned that from being in SALT last year, our student-athlete leadership team. Also, I think our height is going to be intimidating. We're not only tall, with some of our top players being 5'11" to even 6'4", but they're also good players. And height and talent is intimidating. And then I just hope that not only do we continue to develop as that family, but we use our talents to the best of our abilities to glorify God, the university, our athletic department, and our own personal team with pride.
She's Jayme Crowley. She's the coach of the volleyball program here at Trevecca, and we hope you enjoyed this time with her. We'll be back with more of the GMAC season before long. Welcome in, Greg Ruff and Loren Bennett, a senior on the volleyball team this year. Last year I tried to make you still a sophomore, but you are actually a senior now.
I know, that's weird saying that.
It flies by so fast. How excited are you about this year, and in particular being your senior year?
No, I'm so excited about this year. I mean, we have a lot of great incoming freshmen and a lot of returning players who are going to be stepping up our game this year. So everybody came back ready to play, so we're really excited to start the year.
How aware are you that this year with the conference champion gets to get the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament, and has that added more excitement to you guys as you prepare for this year?
Oh, it definitely has. I mean, I'm really excited because Trevecca volleyball in the history, have never won a conference championship before. So it's going to be really exciting this year trying to reach that goal. I mean, obviously it's our goal every year, but it's going to be really exciting to have that extra motivation.
This is your fourth year, and this is the fourth team that you've played on. You really do feel like, and I think a lot of people do, this is the best team, at least in Coach Crowley's era.
I do.
Absolutely. Well, talk about what you feel like you as a team, as you go in. You had a couple of practices now. I know it's very early, but what do you feel like you guys need to do to reach that maximum to get there?
Well, I know we have a couple of team goals this year. I know one of them, since we have a bunch of incoming freshmen, this is our preseason, is to kind of get like that family-oriented feel. I know we come back every year, and it's, always a good thing to have the kind of your family away from your family kind of thing. And I think we also need to have that growth mindset. So trying new things and just kind of going with whatever, just trusting Coach with how she puts players in. And I think those are two of our main goals.
For you personally, since last year, I'm sure as you've gone along, I got better at this, I've learned this. Going into your senior year, what have you learned since last year you think that will help you going into your senior year?
Well, for me personally, I think that jump setting is one thing that I've really liked working on. Last year was the first year that I've ran a 5-1 in my career, and that was really interesting, playing front row and kind of being that extra threat back there. So that's one thing I wanted to work on, and I don't know if we're going to be running a 5-1 or 6-2 yet this year, but I know those are some of the things that I've wanted to work on.
All right, a fun one. This is always a good one. What is the one player that you are most looking forward to watching this year? And it doesn't necessarily have to be on the court, but it could be on the bus trips or the van trips or whatever it may be.
Well, obviously, playing-wise, I would say, Caitlin is probably our best hitter, go-to person. But I'm really just looking forward to, spending more time with, our seniors and, because we've been together these 4 years, and we're really getting to know each other better. And I'm really looking forward to spending this last year with them and making it a memorable year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us, Loren. Look forward to your senior year. You've been great all 4 years. Actually, all 3 years. Now I got one more. So, Loren Bennett from the volleyball team. We'll have more on the GMAC after this.